Hello, this is David, and in this video I'm going to share my aspirations and goals for the Swim England Masters National Short Course Swimming Championships, which will be taking place in a week's time. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I just want to put it out there and record my aspirations prior to the event, so that when it comes to analysing my performances and results after the event versus these aspirations and goals, I won't be tricking myself into thinking that my goals and aspirations weren't lesser than they were should I fail to meet them, because it's very easy when you don't quite get the results that you're looking for to retrospectively amend the goals that you had set in the past in order to make failure more palatable. And therefore I just wanted to put these out there so I've got a record of my aspirations going into Masters Nationals, so that I can hold myself accountable after the event and just do a little check-in to see whether what I was aspiring to was achievable or not, and help me to understand whether the training that I have been doing has enabled me to achieve the results I want, and if not, where do I need to make adjustments in the long run. So before we begin, remember to follow and subscribe for more swimming content, and for help to swim faster on limited training time, head on over to westcough.com/bootcamp. But otherwise, without any further ado. So at Masters Nationals, I'm going to be racing in 4 individual events: the 50, 100 and 200 meters freestyle, as well as the 50 meters butterfly, and 1 relay, which is a men's 4x100 meters freestyle relay. So given that I'm racing the same event twice, as it were, in both an individual perspective and a relay perspective with the 100 meters freestyle, I'm ultimately going to have the same aspirations for both, so going to effectively treat those as the same. But first up, my first race is the 50 meters butterfly, my current personal best for which is 30.57 seconds, which I achieved last year at Swim England Masters Nationals 2023. So here, ultimately, I'm looking to go for a personal best, as I am in all of my races this time around. However, what would make next week extra special for me is if I'd be able to duck under 30 seconds. Now, I feel as though, based on how my 50 meter fly racing has gone this year, this is probably not within reach. I'm also a little bit nervous as to whether I'll actually achieve the result that I did last year, the 30.57, because that was quite a big personal best, and my recent results haven't been close to getting that. They haven't been on a par at the very least, so I'm a little bit nervous as to whether I have that 50 meters fly within me once more. However, to beat a personal best, get a 30.57 would be great. I'd be really happy with that, and I'd be absolutely over the moon to go a sub 30. So those are my aspirations for the 50 meters fly. So my second event is the individual 100 meters freestyle, where my personal best is a 101.26 in a short course setting. My long course personal best converts to a 101 flat, and therefore ideally I'm really looking to go under 1 minute and 1 second. However, my big goal for this year is to swim the 100 freestyle under 60 seconds. So that's my big aspiration. Do I have it within me? I believe so. However, I think it's going to take absolutely everything, and for me to race an absolutely perfect race come that evening. My dive and 3 turns have to be absolutely immaculate. I have to get my pacing absolutely right, and also I have to give everything within me and finish up with nothing left to spare. So I do think this is achievable, and based on how I've performed over the rest of the season, I think it's there, and I feel as though I'm almost due a strong personal best in the 100 meters freestyle. However, nothing is ever guaranteed. I went just over a 102 in Sheffield at the Teaspoon Gala a few months ago. However, for me that was a poor race. I paced it incorrectly, I went out too slowly, and my turn at the 50 meter mark was awful. So I definitely think in those circumstances going a 102 means that I can go quite a significant amount quicker should I get everything else perfect in this race. So targeting a personal best of 101 flat, somewhere in the 1 minute mark. However, ideally I'd like to go that 59 point, and again, if I achieve that, I will be absolutely over the moon and have achieved my ultimate goal in swimming thus far. The third race, which is on Saturday morning, is the 200 meters freestyle, and this is probably the lowest priority race for me of this weekend, where my personal best is a 2:18.47. So as I've said with the other two races rather, I am looking to go a personal best. I think based on what my sister has swam, that a 2:15 is actually possible in this event. However, I don't swim 200 meters freestyle all that often, and I don't particularly train for it either. Therefore, I'm probably lacking the fitness to go a 2:15, but I certainly think that a personal best here is certainly on the cards. And the reason for that is I believe that I've done a lot of work this year with regards to my stroke and technique. Similarly, I'm feeling reasonably fit as well, and therefore by getting the technique aspects executed better in this 200 meters freestyle, I believe that I can take a decent chunk out of that personal best. Maybe my fitness at the moment might not enable me to do that because I've just been away on a 2-week holiday. However, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to recuperate that and come in with a strong 200 meters freestyle time. So my final individual event, the 50 meters freestyle, occurs just after the 100 meters freestyle relay. So I'm expecting going into this 50 meters freestyle event to be absolutely knackered, because I will have done 5 races over the course of 24 hours. And so I don't know what my energy levels are going to be like. It is a 50, which means so long as I regain my carbohydrates and get my energy levels back up, it's within me to absolutely smash this one. But at the same time, you know, if I get things slightly wrong, then I may not have the energy to go a personal best. Personal best here is a 28.30, which I set at the Sheffield Teaspoon Gala. However, based on the fact that I went a long course 28.38 in May, which apparently converts to a 27.6, which is my official entry time, I believe that I can go significantly faster than that in a 50 meters freestyle. I do think that I'm better long course, so maybe in a short course setting we're looking at a sub 28. So that is certainly what I'm going to be looking to achieve, a sub 28 in this race. Naturally, be happy with a personal best, and I'll be really ecstatic if I can go under a 27.5. I think that's out of reach though, so getting close to a 27.5 I'd be really happy with in the 50 meters freestyle. So those are my goals for Masters Nationals in a week's time, and in due course we will see how close I get to achieving those aspirations. Fingers crossed I manage to achieve at least 1 or 2 of those, but otherwise super excited for this year's competition. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I've been David Westcough, and I'll see you again next time. For more swimming content, subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Go from fitness swimmer to confident competitor by taking part in my Master Swimming Bootcamp at westcough.com/bootcamp, or watch another of my videos.